Live service games are video games that rely on their multiplayer components to stay afloat, and in my time, I have fallen in love with many live service games. I have also seen a lot of live service games start to fail and fall down the depressing rabbit hole of
bankruptcy.
They start slurring their speech, getting confused, and suddenly we have 4 different forms of currency. That's right, everybody, I'm talking about Red Dead Online. RDO was next in line to be Rockstar's new money-making machine after GTA 5. But as we all know, Red Dead Online came out a little bit different than its predecessor. Unfortunately, it didn't make Rockstar bags of money day one because it didn't have any content. There was an unfinished campaign, some repetitive side missions given out by characters around the map, and the pricing was perfectly accurate for 2024. But the game was set in 1899! Shout out to my Ontario homies paying $2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment. A year later, Rockstar resuscitated Red Dead Online with a major update adding a trader role where you could sell pelts and goods across the land, collector where you could collect cards, gems, and plants, and of course, the bounty hunter role, which was the first major Wild West addition to Red Dead Online. They pretty much fixed the game with that update. Then put the cherry on the cake when they pumped out the Moonshiners update. And then, they just kind of let the game die. While it's true that Red Dead Online was built on a great foundation, making the game fun and replayable, you can only play it so much until it gets repetitive because Rockstar abandoned it. And of course, people inevitably left. I love Red Dead Online, but I've also come to terms that one day I'll hop on and I won't get grief to shit by level 200s wearing all black while hunting for deer pelts anymore. And I'll shed a tear that day. Now, let's take a look at the game that kept itself afloat. In 2013, GTA Online came out as a side game mode for GTA 5, and there wasn't much to it at first. The main story of GTA 5 revolved around bank heists, but there were no heists in Online's first year. Just some missions, races, and player versus player game modes. Similar to Red Dead Online though, Rockstar saved their service a year later by adding a major update, that being heists, finally giving Grand Theft Auto Online some huge crime-related content. And it was one of the big stepping stones to its success, but they didn't stop there. They slapped the entire community in the face with the Doomsday Heist in the best way possible. It was a crazy addition that changed everything and brought a deep inhale of fresh air into GTA Online with flying cars and a spy thriller campaign. Then they added the Oppressor MK2, which was a flying bike equipped with an automatic gun in summer of 2018, and then they added the Ray Gun, which defies gravity. Basically, Grand Theft Auto Online went from a game about boosting cars and making money to sci-fi laser warfare with Mute Man. It will never be the same. To keep people interested, game developers need to change their games so that they're fresh and new players don't feel left behind. So multiplayer game devs will always be on a mission to make every update crazier than the last, and this method of keeping an audience isn't even exclusive to video games. Any Naruto fans watching? Naruto is a show about ninjas. The main character aspires to be the greatest ninja in his nation. At the beginning of Naruto, everybody's power level is pretty grounded. There's a lot of hand-to-hand combat, and it's generally recognizable as a show about ninjas.
Just move! If you got no one, just move. It's all I want to see, some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement.
As the show progresses, the characters get stronger, and you're going, holy crap, he learned how to channel his body's natural energy into this ball of pure force? Man, that's nuts! And then you remember it's just episode 86 out of 500. Hand-to-hand combat? Ninjas? Man, get out of here! I mean, seriously, here's a fight from the early seasons. And here's a fight from later on.
But now, just what are you going to do about the second one on no?
This method of retaining viewers works, but it also completely transforms something that you may have fallen in love with just because of how it originally was. And for the record, this is not at all a criticism about Naruto. I actually think the show is perfect the way it is. But I also think the difference from how it started to how it ended is massive. And a lot of live service games seem to be going down that route. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, a gritty, realistic first-person shooter about war. Why is Nicki Minaj and Snoop Dogg there, and why are there a bunch of neon pink weapon skins and cars? Fortnite changes itself all the time, and it is one of the most popular multiplayer games out there. It's been consistent in staying relevant because it upgrades its graphics, changes its map, and even changes how it plays as a multiplayer game, constantly morphing itself into what players like during that time period. Works so well for the ever-changing audience, but man, for people like me who just fall in love with a game the way it is, live live service games are hell. I fell in love with Tilted Towers Fortnite, Loot Lake without the floating island Fortnite. I miss the old Fortnite, straight from the go Fortnite. I'm not saying it was objectively better. In fact, it's objectively a better game now. But me personally, I got used to the way Fortnite was as a multiplayer game, and the more it changes, the more disconnected I feel from it. I loved the OG Fortnite event Epic did last year, and I really hope they bring it back. And I noticed PUBG did it as well, which I played the shit out of course. And I really hope more companies embrace that trend. Like, imagine if Rockstar did an OG GTA Online week. The HUD would be the classic bold style the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions had, and everybody would be playing the old PvP and race game modes. It would be super grounded and super fun. Just for 1 week, I think it would be worth it. But anyways, yes, there's a reason why these live service games keep changing themselves, and it's to keep themselves interesting and fresh. Ironically, I actually like Red Dead Online because it doesn't change what it is. It's the same Red Dead Online I fell in love with all those years ago, and I can always rely on it being a comfortable game for me to dabble in. Because the game didn't get any major weapon updates or anything, combat will always be grounded, and I remember being a level 1 and still having fun gunfights with level 100s. Grand Theft Auto 6's online day 1 will absolutely not be the same game 5 years later. There's been a lot of rumors floating around that the map will change over time, and while it's good that it will be receiving that much support from Rockstar, for people like me, it's definitely going to be strange constantly getting used to new mechanic. After a while, people are going to get bored of just jacking cars, playing basketball, racing friends on the street, and robbing diners. Rockstar's going to be adding bigger and crazier content to keep their audience engaged. Whether that means flying bikes and laser guns, I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised, and you shouldn't be either. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a strategy that developers have to use to keep their live service game mainstream. The longer it goes on, the more it's bound to stray from what it started out as. But what do you guys think about all this? Is there a game out there that you love or don't love anymore because of the way it's changed? Make sure to leave your answer in the comments below, and I'll check it out as soon as I possibly can. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and make sure to have a good one.